Hey everyone, if you're looking to buy or sell a house in the Central Florida area, stick around for our weekly chat on Near Disney. Hey guys, Virginia Carlson here, or Cinderella as I am fondly known on Near Disney, and I'm here tonight with Elijah Lewis, or the Prince of Real Estate. Hi, Elijah.
Yes. Well, great to be here as always and be the prince of real estate for you.
Thanks. So, everyone, welcome to our Wind Down Wednesdays, our weekly chat about things going on in the real estate market in and around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle. And we hope everybody had a wonderful week last week and a nice holiday. And if anybody watched the Masters, I know I did. I like watching the Masters. Did you watch the Masters at all, Elijah? Did you get a chance? You like to watch golf?
I am not super plugged into sports. That's not one of my princely hobbies, but I enjoy the tennis sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
Not as much golf, but that's so cool that fun stuff's going on and that people are excited about Tigers.
Yeah, it was a nice tournament. It always is. Beautiful course. So we have a lot to talk about this week, and something that was exciting, I know, for all the Disney lovers in the area. This news came out recently that the annual passes are going to be going back on sale soon. And I know, Elijah, you had talked about this with me. So tell us a little bit about what we know so far.
Yeah, I was happy to see this article come up. They're available for the first time since they were abruptly halted last year. But starting, according to this article, April 20th, they will be back to purchase some new annual passes if that's something that you've been waiting to do, because there are plenty of options that you're going to be able to choose from. Some for just anyone who likes to visit our state for Disney, and some for Florida residents to take advantage of. And they've all got, of course, adorable Disney names for the different tiers. So in case you're familiar, some of these will be coming back and some of these may be new to you. The Disney Pixie Dust Pass is the one that is your most economic. It's for Florida residents. That's $399. Allows entry on most weekdays, but subject to blackout dates, including peak and holiday periods. So this is kind of like for weekdays and not even all weekdays. So you kind of have to just plan accordingly to what's there, because there's still plenty of opportunities, especially if you're local. Then there's the Pirate Pass, another Florida one, for $749. Allows entry on most days, subject to blackout days, including peak and holiday periods. So that one doesn't look like it's going to only limit you to weekdays. So that's nice to be aware of for that extra price. And then the Sorcerer's Pass. Now, this one is not only for Florida residents, but also Disney Vacation Club members.
Oh, good.
So Disney vacations are part of your lifestyle as a non-Florida resident. You may be, wanting to check this out. It's for $969. Allows entries most days, subject to blackout days on select days during select holiday periods. And then the big whammy.
Yes.
The Incredi Pass, available to all guests, and that's the coveted no blackout dates applying. That's you getting in on on Christmas Day and all that good stuff for a $1,399 price tag.
Wow, that's great. Well, I guess that's incentive to become a Florida resident for sure, because you get some really good passes.
Yes, and I had also heard that it said that these may be available for sale on kind of a limited basis. So if it's something you're interested in, you might want to jump on, because certain ones of these tiers may actually sell out. So if it's something that you've just been kind of waiting to come up on your radar, if you have the opportunity, try and grab it April 20th.
Yeah, so that's good to know that there's a limited quantity. So it's important to jump on that. And in the comment section, let us know if you have Disney passes or have had them in the past, and what you like about them. And we'd love to know how you feel about the Disney passes coming back. It's
Got a
exciting.
favorite park
Yeah,
or
favorite
anything
park.
like that? Favorite ride?
Mhm.
We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, definitely. So moving on, we want to talk about moving to Florida, and so I want to talk about the market reports of. We're in the middle of April now, and so I think it's important to kind of talk about what's been going on for the first part of the year, the first quarter of the year, and mainly, I guess we can focus on February and March. And if we look at this, we have a breakdown of some home sale times, which is important because people are always asking, how long is my home going to be on the market? How long will it take to sell? And they're, kind of concerned, thinking that, if it takes too long, then people lose interest. And so I wanted to kind of break down for everyone for March of 2022 versus March of 2023. So in the last year we were looking at an average of 19 days on the market. And now we're looking at an average of 45 days. So that's up a little bit. It's about 127% up. But homes are still selling. So if you break it down a little bit farther, we are seeing that under 30 days, we have 566 homes were sold. And this is in the Orlando area. So we kind of wanted to narrow it down just to give everyone an idea. And, each area is a little bit different, but Orlando is a pretty good indicator of, what's going on in Central Florida. Between the 30 and 90 day percentage, it was, a little over 200 homes were sold. And then over 90 days, 179. So we see that the majority of the homes were actually sold in under 30 days. So that's great news. And the key takeaway is that the homes are selling fast. So if you want to buy, then it still is important to kind of think about it and act fast on, your decision to buy a home. And then we can also look at what kind of homes were selling in that time frame. And I have a visual up here of February of, let me see here. Let me share this with you. Sorry, just give me a second. I'm going to do this. I wanted to show you guys what kind of homes were actually being sold. So we can look at the number of bedrooms and that's important because people are always asking what's the number of bedrooms, and it makes a big difference for what kind of house you want to buy. So between February and March of this year, we saw one bedrooms had an increase of over 7%. So a lot of people are looking at that one bedroom price point, and the two bedrooms didn't really change that much, a little over 0.5% down. 3 and 4 bedrooms were kind of staying the same at about 3%, going up a little bit and 3%, but people are consistent with the 3 and 4 bedrooms. And the biggest change was the 5 bedrooms. We find that most people are, maybe more interested in the 1 or 2 bedroom homes for starter homes. So the 5 bedrooms were down a 5.3%. So it's just a good indicator of where people are wanting to buy and what kind of homes they're interested in looking at. And, we just want to break that down for you guys all. And here, let me bring up that other graphic that I had just to give you guys another idea of what I was talking about before. So we can just take a quick look at it. Just our home sales. And we still see that homes are selling pretty fast. So it's all good news. But then again, Elijah, I guess we were talking about if homes are selling, why are some homes maybe not selling as much?
Yeah.
What's going on with homes that maybe are, we think are great, but then they're not really getting that many offers. So, I think we wanted to talk about what you think about that.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned that you saw some data that homes were kind of in the Orlando area over the last couple of months, averaging it was like 45 days on the market, and some homes will, even though many were selling under 30, there will be some of those like gigantic homes that are like in the millions that'll sit for a while. Got to find the right buyer that'll sort of stretch out that average a little bit, but I was seeing an article here that's saying the national average was like it's starting to get up to even like 75 days on the market.
Okay.
So those times of like the pandemic where they were just evaporating off
Mhm.
the market, and bidding wars, people just taking all deferred maintenance, just coming into the real view, and that's nice for buyers to know that they are going to have some more power there,
Mhm.
because but as for sellers, they should take this kind of article to heart, because when you're going from like 30, 40, even up to like 75 days on the market, rather than being used to them being like sold in a week and getting bidding wars, you
Mhm.
could be paying for like 2 to 3 more mortgage payments or sets of bills than you maybe wanted to or hoped to, because it didn't sell quite as fast. So this is the longest time on the market average that we've seen since February of 2020.
Mhm.
And so, why would a house not be getting offers? Well, according to the market, in this article, price may be too high for the people that aren't quite willing to let go of the awesome lava hot sellers market prices that were there in the heat of the pandemic.
Mhm.
That's one of the reasons, is you're going to have to start kind of factoring in comps. And even on the dream team here, we've been having more conversations with negotiating with sellers on really factoring in price per square footage again, because it can be, when you're starting to try to ask for like 400 to the 500s per dollars per square foot,
Mhm.
it's it's going to help you it's going to make you stay on the market for a while. The other thing it brings up is if a home is too personalized, you want, if it wasn't the forever home, hopefully you didn't get too carried away just tailoring it with like remodels that were tailored just for you. We're actually working with an awesome interior designer, Kim Keaton, who's local, who was just kind of having some conversations with a client who was getting very excited about doing everything and wanted a lot of the things in the home to be like glittery and pink, like and pink countertops and stuff. And she said that there were some moments where she's like, I love the Disney spirit and I love the youth and whimsy, but she had to encourage a little bit more of down the road resale for
Yeah, yeah.
for
If it's
some
too
neutral.
custom, then yeah, it's hard to resell. Absolutely.
It says poor layout is a reason as well. That can be, maybe more difficult to make changes, especially when we walk into so many situations where there will be pillars in the middle of rooms. And the first question we always get is that a load bearing wall? Or, can we carve out that like windowy space that looks in from the kitchen into the living room and stuff?
Mhm.
And that's a good question to have like early on, like even before you're putting it on the market with like your builder, or just get someone to look at that, have someone evaluate that, because it's really awesome information to arm us as realtors with, so we can answer those questions real fast, so someone can make a quick purchase decision and
Mhm.
lower those days on the market for you. It says not updated. That kind of ties in what we were talking about. There's a fine line.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're going to sell, it's saying like, there could be stuff that if the home is decades and decades old, sometimes you get lucky and some stuff becomes retro.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
like, oh, I didn't have to do anything, it became cool again, and I waited it out.
Yeah. Right.
Like wallpaper is starting to come back a little bit in
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
some instances, but uh where you will have to kind of use us as our market expertise. We'd love to have if you're thinking of doing any updates that are strategic for just getting it sold for the minimum investment to get some return, talk to us. We'll tell you what we are noticing in your community that is the meaningful updates that people want to see.
Mhm. Mhm.
Staging, it says that can make all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
And we also work with we have some good connections in the staging business as well. It's actually something that we talked about in the book that we made, the Inside Home Selling Tips, and it's got Disney's Castle and Kim Hawk, the fairy godmother of real estate, on the
Mhm.
cover. It's a guide that we produced to help sellers be prepared and equipped, kind of like a really simply direct put manual. And what we have some things to say about staging, I'll read out of this. Staged homes spent 50% less time on the market than homes that were not staged, and they sold for more than 6%, even above asking price.
Mhm.
A staging investment of 1 to 3% of asking price generated ROIs of between 8% and 10%. And homes staged prior to listing sold 79% faster than homes staged after listing, according to this data that we got from Coldwell Banker and the National Association of Realtors. So it can make a difference. People, they say, oh, I can look past stuff, or I like to visualize. With some homes, if it's not just totally selling on the location or the new construction, it can be a help. It's a conversation we'd love to have with you. And if you're interested in getting your hands on one of these that we made, just maybe reach out to us in the comments, or send us a direct message on the Facebook group for Near Disney, and we'd love to talk to you about maybe equipping you with some resources for selling and partnering with us in that process.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree. Staging, sometimes people walk into a room and if there's nothing in it, they can't visualize, oh, where would the sofa go? Where is the end tables and the dining table? And so the staging definitely helps people visualize where things can be placed and look nice. And then we also you had another one here.
Listing photos is important because that's how people are going to encounter it on Zillow or Realtor.com or Opendoor or the MLS. Realtors will be looking at that, and so will buyers. They do a lot of their own homework these days, and some people will tell you to make that investment, but we will, when you work with us, at least take care of creating some great listing photos for you, and even producing some high quality videos with our film crew to get a virtual tour through that, so we can showcase it in the absolute best light, because we understand, very importantly, how that can make the difference with time on the market.
Definitely.
It's an expense we're happy to cover for you in that process.
Yeah. Okay, so then we are also having curb appeal, I see here.
Yeah, just please try to keep on your landscaping, try to keep on, if any exterior paint was needed, or power washing, just raking, just the simple things that just make people feel invited into the location, and it's because it's talking about location as well, how you're going to look compared to your neighbors. Don't want to be the one that's done the least to maintain the home. And then it says the last point was timing the market. Well, it's hard to ever time the market, especially if you have a reason suddenly that you're trying to sell. But if there is any flexibility there, if you've got a condo, maybe it's if it happens to be the moment where 5 other condos in your building are also on the market, maybe see if they sell, and then suddenly maybe you're the only one, or you're only competing against 2 that don't look as good as yours. It's something else that we would actively strategize with you about, just based on our market knowledge.
Yeah, I think that's right. You definitely come to us with all of your questions and help you get offers on your house. There's a lot of things that we can do to strategize, like Elijah was saying. So it's definitely important for you to reach out to us, because we can help you definitely in all aspects of selling your home. So Elijah and I had an opportunity to go out to a new construction area called Sunbridge, which is right past Lake Nona. We went out a couple weeks ago and we made a video that we'd like to share with you guys about this beautiful new community. And we are going to put it on now and enjoy.
Sounds great.
Okay, let's watch it. Just give me a second. Okay. And go. Sorry, bear with me, people.
Hey everyone, Virginia Carlson with Near Disney and Florida in Motion. And we are standing here at Base Camp at Sunbridge to give you an overview of this beautiful new community, both what is currently planned and what has already started. Sunbridge is a master plan community that is being developed by Tavistock, who also developed Lake Nona and Isleworth. Sunbridge is their largest and most progressive development yet. The master plan is over 24,000 acres and is twice the size of Lake Nona. There are 7,000 plus residential units planned for Orange County, with thousands more planned for Osceola County. 9 million square feet of planned commercial space and 490 planned total hotel rooms.
So we just got out of base camp, this kind of fun looking area where they give you the overview of what's in the cards for the long-term development of the community. And right now it's kind of this 2-year window where this phase is going to be built out, but lots to come. So they were telling us that in this like 30 plus year project that's going to be even bigger than Lake Nona, there's still some models that you can check out for this subdivision we pulled into called Westland Park. There's a number of builders here, I think.
Yeah, there's Toll Brothers, Kraft, Ashton Woods, Pulte, and
David Weekley is here too, because
Please.
he's had a hand in Celebration, where our office is located out of.
So if you have any builders that you prefer to work with or you like their models, I'm sure you can find one of them here at Westland Park and in Sunbridge, which will in the end be over 27,000 acres, which is pretty astounding.
That's awesome. So if you want to get it on the ground floor, let us know. We'll put you in touch with hopefully a builder that's going to be having a floor plan for your dream. So one thing that they highlighted at base camp was that this is a very future forward community, and that all of the new construction homes that are going to be here are going to be built with solar wired into the electric. So whether or not your home has a solar panel on the roof or anywhere from the start, it's going to always have that ability very easily wired in for you to do that later. And they even said that all of the garages are going to come with an electrical vehicle charger in there, whether or not you have one, whether or not you ever use it. They just want to make it as easy as possible for any future home buyers to be environmentally conscious.
Yeah, it's a great option. And also a lot of these models, they come in a 1 or a 2-story. And we are actually standing in the noir model of the Pulte homes, which can have an additional garage apartment built on top. So you have the opportunity to have additional income in your home.
That's great.
In addition to all the homes at Westland Park, Sunbridge also offers a 55 plus community by Del Webb.
Yeah, and I think that we have some stock footage of the model homes that we'd be able to pull up for you. All right, let's talk broader location. We're only 2 miles from Lake Nona, so you have easy access to the hospitals of Medical City, all the hip restaurants and entertainment like Boxy Park, and you're right next to the Orlando International Airport, super convenient for domestic and international flights. The new Brightline terminal will provide high-speed rail service to southern Florida cities like West Palm Beach, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and future train routes will be coming to Tampa, Florida as well. And of course, you're only 25 to 30 minutes to Walt Disney World, Universal Studios, and SeaWorld. You've got convenient access to downtown Orlando and the cultural events at Dr. Phillips Performance Arts Center and the downtown parks. Though if you want to have it all when it comes to Florida lifestyle, it's a pretty smooth trip to some beach too. You got a short drive to Cape Canaveral and Cocoa Beach. And the space nerd in me loves that you can watch the rocket launches from your porch. Plus, you can always book a cruise to multiple Caribbean islands on the cruise lines that call Port Canaveral home. All right, I think we got a good lay of the land for Sunbridge out here, this new awesome community by Tavistock that's so close to Lake Nona. And we'd be happy to get some people in there to check it out with us.
Yeah, and there's still definitely opportunity to get in to Sunbridge on the ground floor. So again, give us a call and we can answer any and all of your questions.
Thanks for joining us. We're excited to work with you.
Thanks a lot.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.
Great. great. So that was exciting. I liked going out there. It's a really nice community, and it was such a beautiful day that day. So
Oh
that
yeah,
was
you can
fun.
definitely see that in the video. And so,
Yeah, it's really nice. So we wanted to talk a little bit about so new construction is so hot around here, and so why would people want to build a new construction home versus a resale? And I think we have some good reasons why. I think one of the main reasons is that you get to choose your own floor plan, and like we were showing in the video, there's so many builders, and they have many different floor plans to suit your needs, whether you want the primary on the first floor or you like bedrooms at the front of the house or at the back of the house, open floor plans. So you get to really be involved in how the flow of your home is going to suit your family's needs. And I think that that's an important thing for people to think about. And then, of course, when you do choose that, you get to control all the choices on all the finishes and, the color schemes of things in the kitchen and the floors and things like that. So when you move in, everything after you've watched your whole home being built from dirt to, seeing drywall go up and everything, you can have all those finishes that you picked out, and you really feel like everything has been your choice from start to finish. And it's really low maintenance when you move in. Everything is 100% livable. So really you can just kind of focus on the cool decor that you want in your home. And also, I think another good point about a new construction community is that kind of like all you and all your neighbors are all new. And so everybody is kind of coming in at the same time and experiencing this great new community together. And I think that's kind of cool versus, sometimes you get a resale and you go in and your neighbors have been there forever and they already know each other, and, it might be a little harder, but it's kind of cool to kind of, go in and be new with everyone else.
you get to establish the tone of the community and the identity of the attitude that's going to be where people live there. That is fun to be a part of that and get it off to a good start. Like we had a fun founders. We created a cool video on Near Disney as well about the founders of Celebration Florida celebrating their 25th anniversary of the town. Some of them who were just still in the house that they bought. Some of them just moved around, and yeah, they get to reminisce about how they set the tone for their town.
Yeah. All good things to think about. Well, we thank you everyone for joining us today. And please reach out to us with any comments or questions that you may have about moving near Disney.
Yeah, that video we just played was created as part of a viewer request. So we will go out and make something that cool and that detailed and highly produced with the music and the editing and the drone shot and all that. And really just all on account of your comment and your engagement with us. We take it really to heart, and we appreciate everyone who tunes in and interacts with us. So we are here for you. And these numbers, they really ring us outside of the stream. Text us, have a conversation, talk about Florida real estate, talk about Disney. It's
we would love to talk to you guys. So give us a ring. Definitely, we're here for you.
Just like and subscribe so that you know that when we actually do make that video that you asked for, that you're there to see it come into your feed on YouTube or on Facebook. Because if you forgot to hit the subscribe button, you're going to never know that we did all that work for you.
Exactly. Definitely like and subscribe. And join us next week for our Wind Down Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We will be right here to give you some more awesome information about Near Disney. Okay. See you next time. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.